What's cool now, but probably won't be in 5 years. The nutrition drink shops. MLM brighties that have no actual nutritional value can't last forever. Instagram is going to be an online shopping mall, far removed from the cool microblogging site it used to be. It's kinda crazy how obvious it is, like I try to go on Instagram and within 5 posts it's already all ads. Just bring back Tumblr already. I remember artists shitting on Tumblr and abandoning it for Instagram, but Instagram has been 10 times worse than that site ever was ever since it got gobbled up by Facifuck. Or burn all of it down, fuck it. Bring back the zine trade. Galaxy print is probably going to go the way of the bowling alley carpet patterns we used to wear on our clothes in the 90s. It'll come back ironically in 10 years. Edit. Alright guys, I get it, it's been out of style for a while. What you guys don't seem to agree on was when it went out. As an astronomy teacher who has been delighted by this trend and buying a couple things in that print, I hope I can still find it 5 years from now. I can't wait to see a ton of people walking around looking like they're wearing bus seat covers. I thought Galaxy print already was an ironic and kitschy pattern. Dina Reese and Khaleesi as girls' names. Is this really a thing? I met a guy in a bookstore who told me he and his girlfriends were expecting. He was really excited to tell me the baby's name would be Dina Reese and that no, it's not from the show, it's from the books. My idiot cousin named her daughter Harley Quinn. I want to punch her every time I think about it. Probably most popular YouTubers as of now. That's something I've noticed. The shelf life of YouTube popularity seems to be shorter than mainstream pop star popularity. I thought Ray William Johnson and Smosh would rule for the next 10 years in 2011. You might be right. It's a miracle PewDiePie and Markiplier have survived as long as they have. Brazilian butt lifts. I feel like it will not age well. A lot of plastic surgeries collapse over time or have complications as it degrades. They all break down over time. The reason women keep getting plastic surgery is because nobody notices at first, when done well. The plastic surgery look, especially in the lips, is from a few years of breakdown. That's where this idea comes from that people do it because they're desperate. You often hear, oh, why did she do that? She looked beautiful before. She did it before, it's just failing now. I wanted to get my boobs done in my 20s, and was at the point where I was researching surgeons. The first dude I went to got as far as explaining the shelf life of implants and I was done. Taking time off work to recover from vanity once is already a bit of a stretch, but having to go through unnecessary invasive surgery every 10-20 years because I like tits is just not going to happen. Cosmetic surgery for reconstructive purposes is reasonable, but I'm no longer on board for I think I could be prettier work. Clarification, I'm not on board with it for myself. I'm sure plenty of people are satisfied with work they have done. Not to mention it is one of the most risky surgeries to perform. I was watching Dr. Anthony Yun, he's a board-certified plastic surgeon, on YouTube, and he said the BBLs are incredibly risky. Because at any point during the surgery, the fat that's injected into the butt can leak into the arteries there, through micro tears in the artery, and that's a death sentence. 1 minute or so later, you have fat in your lungs and you die on the table. Life hacks. Since they have taken over YouTube, it just will be bland after amount of time because a lot of it is just BS and many just don't work now. Many I've seen so many stupid harmful things they are doing like put your tin foil in a ball and put it in a microwave to make a mothball. Yeah, like that crap. Not just the life hacks, but also the DIYs and instructional videos. A lot of them just seem to be people desperate to get clicks to get paid, if that's even still a thing. I got on YT the other day because I was trying to figure out the problem with some LED lighting. I for real saw a video a guy posted that boiled down to get a good light bulb, and switch it out, see if that works. Excuse me, did you just post a video telling me how to change a light bulb? I want the 3 minutes of my life back. Current plastic surgery trends to meet the current IG standards. I fear for a lot of people who have had BBLs and facial surgery that the look will become outdated and permanently associated with late 2010s and early 2020s, kind of how like there are plastic surgery trends associated with the 90s 2000s. It seems like everyone wants their face to look like Sega Dreamcast graphics. The bowl cut. For some reason it came back in South Houston. Looks ridiculous. Hopefully Pokemon cards, so I can finally afford to buy them again. Fake vents in cars, if they were ever cool in the first place. They never have been cool. In fact, reviewers hate them and that's what they point out in reviews. Corporations trying to be weird and relatable on Twitter. Wish it would die out now. On Twitter, where people try to be brands and brands try to be people. YouTube prank videos. Well, some YouTube videos in general. I think prank vids are already done for, hopefully. Stupid vids on it, like the ones where they think having their fourth kid matters to the world and exploit the kid on day one of its life all while being fake AF. Go on the trending list and you'll see this shit. Probably not going to happen, but I really wish influencers won't be cool anymore. It is just how we brand the famous. The Kardashian family were still influencers before the word. Remember Paris Hilton having her own thing? That was well before we even thought to define influencer culture. It just is rough now because it seems slightly attainable by the average Joe. A lot of the stuff I see people doing on TikTok seems like the kind of thing you'd be embarrassed about in a few years. Honestly, I am embarrassed about pretty much everything I did at that age. I genuinely feel bad for kids these days. They are no dumber than any of us were at that age, but at least it was near impossible for us to go viral for it. Those lip sync while pointing at words videos gives me that same creepy crawly cringe feeling that I got in high school watching two people go on huge personal FB fights, or watching my parents' generation get hip to Facebook and grossly overshare to kick it off, just like we did as middle schoolers. Humongous butt injections. We'll just cycle back to humongous breast implants. OMG yes. When I see pics of Kim Kardashian it literally looks like a human wearing saddlebags. Yes, I know saddlebags are a pejorative term for bad thighs but she is something else. My toddler willingly giving me kisses. Father on 13 and 11 YO boys here, if frequent physical affection is a normal part of your dynamic now, that hopefully won't change too much. In front of their friends my existence is a horrifying embarrassment, at home I get hug attacks all the time. Hopefully the stupid hacks that people are coming up with. That's not a hack. Stfu. One of them was showing how you can take the seeds out of a tomato, plant them and it will make more tomatoes. That's literally gardening. Farming is a life hack now. Can't stand that term. When did tips become hacks? Step 1. Get some cement. Life hack, use 2 cups of water for every cup of rice. That's not a hack, that's just how you cook rice. Lip injections and butt implants. They look cartoonish. Facebook. Kids don't use that shit, because it sucks. Millennials are leaving in droves. Facebook isn't cool right now. Subscribing to multiple streaming platforms. Isn't that why cable doesn't exist anymore? Edit, yes, I know it works out cheaper now. In 2024, computers, tablets and phones will be part of the broadcast license fees that we will have to pay in Ireland. So, that will cost me an extra €160 plus subscription to platforms. Cable 2.0. While I agree, right now subscribing to Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus is still cheaper than a normal cable bundle that would show me fewer of the things I want to see, and not whenever I want to see them. Cable TV is ridiculously expensive. At least I can cancel and subscribe whenever I want and no commercials. Infinitely better. Teenage boys getting the perm undercut combo. Broccoli boy cut. Does every HS boy have this cut? Seems like it. The beer in my fridge. Oh yes. 5-day work week. That's never been cool, we just accept it. Hopefully Facebook. I never thought it would kill MySpace and MySpace reminds me of better times when I think of how shitty Facebook handled the last 4 years. Yay fuck Facebook. MySpace was hilarious. Hey, here are 8 people I like better than you. Enjoy this Hawthorne Heights song on repeat. Facebook stopped to be cool like half a decade ago. I bet their average user will just be older and older and it will eventually sink in half irrelevance. Dazzling your testicles. Overly processed Instagram photos. Especially in the context of makeup and skincare. But people have been doing this since the MySpace era. The Kardashians. We said that 10 years ago as well. I thought the same thing 5 years ago. In 5 years, it'll just be a commonplace thing. It won't be every car on the road, or every purchase, but already the shock of "oh look it's a Tesla" is fading out. LMAO out of context I was like oh what is competitive Pokemon considered cool now, before realizing that meant electric vehicles not effort values. Everything supreme. The shitty print text hoodies, the overpriced hats and $100 shirts, all of it. They've recently been purchased by VF Corporation, the company that owns North Face, Vans, Timberlands, and JanSport, so they're likely not going anywhere. People posting pictures of a PS5 they just bought and expecting the rest of us to care. Funko Pops. They're the Beanie Babies of the 20s. I saw those when they first came out. I am a collector of stuff, and I knew on first sight that if I bought one, I would end up with 1,000 and nowhere to put them. So I never bought a single one, and I'm glad of the saved space. Zoom calls. I don't want to go back to the office, but I can't take 5 more years of these. As much as I don't like video conferencing, it was way better than just phone conferencing. People always talking over everyone since you don't see the person's facial cue. RTX 3080. GTA V. Hopefully by that point we'll actually have GTA 6. Did you say another GTA Online DLC? GTA V is going to be a launch title on the PlayStation 7 at this point. Lip fillers. That stupid yee ass haircut that all the teenage boys are rocking. The one with the short sides and mop top rat's nest on top. I thought that was called the Meet Me at McDonald's? The latest iPhone. Half the fashion trends going on right now. I just see all these celebrities with super long nails, giant sunglasses, and outfits with really weird patterns, fabrics, and cutouts, and I know that one day we will look back on them and say how did anyone ever think that looked good, ... And then those trends will be back in style in 2040, mark my words. We look back on the 2000s and say wow, low-rise jeans? Gross. But they're on their way back into style. Just you wait. Rule of 20. Soon everyone will have their thongs peeking out of their pants again, I promise you.